Hey everyone. Happy New Year. Today we have a very wonderful season, the New Year holiday season, wonderful time, and also my birthday. And I'm glad to be with you. Thank you so much be today's teaching here. We have the beginning prayer. So let me start the short prayer now. May universal great kindness and wisdom pound the way out of confusion. May the truth that brings ultimate peace inform my life. May the opportunity to gather with like-minded circles lead to greater awareness. May the blessing of these teachings today be of great benefit to myself and others. Thank you. So, the topic is freedom from conflict. So it is very important topic for everybody need to freedom, be free, and be happy. No matter where you live, we are all same heart, same emotions, same spiritual energy. No matter different countries, something in our society, conflicts, politicians, economics, and many other situations, but our same heart, same wisdom. So there's no discrimination at all. In my viewpoint, we are same community, and same desire to get freedom. So therefore, the I know you spend time, important time, spend with me. They very important day today. So I say, thank you so much, all of you, support me, and also their wonderful translators. So it is very helpful for you. Therefore, you get the teaching. So otherwise, we have a little bit trouble with language and communication. So I say thank you, all of you. And then I go to the topic. The beginning may be good for the simple talk, and then go to the depth down, the essential wisdom. get freedom and liberation. Okay. So we know our nature of life. We had a lot of experiences, the conflicts. For example, when childhood time, so the children want to do so many things, such as to go outside, sightseeing, and you eat a lot of sweet candy, like so many other also the children's food. But parents not allowed to them freely. So in some areas, communities not allowed study women. So the women want to be in the kitchen, in home. So like that, the example, there's no freedom, right? So we know other things also. The human made many things, such as limitation, like in my hometown, we the many animals like horses and dogs. So people put in the pole by the rope. So then the horse, they want to go far away for eating grass, the fresh air, or they running and walking, but they don't have freedom. So the dogs just out of the door, put in the pole, very short rope, and they don't have freedom. Go inside, go out, other place. So we know other things also. Some people put a trap in the forest or in the any other areas, so they catch wild animals. So they catch their legs and hands, but they cannot go, cannot move. Something going to die at that place. So those are, for example, there's no freedom, no independence. Then we think about how much suffer for their mind and emotions and physical body as well. So in human society, we have many discriminations, like race and genders and colors and class. So we know the wonderful person like Mahatma Gandhi. He walked for people freedom in South Africa. Some there people had suffered for the discrimination, the color, race. So like that is the reverse. The people, everybody desire to get freedom. So therefore, everybody needs the social independence, financial independence, physical independence, and their idea, mind independence. That's very important. So in some place, we know democratic country, like US and the Western country, they have fully freedom, but still there's too much freedom, and then they have limitation appeal. That also not completely freedom. I know, I realize it. For every we depend on everyone. So and then if you play music every day, and then what is happening? They get in trouble with neighbors. Then you cannot play music all the time. Yeah. So you don't have freedom because it depends on others' freedom. Everybody need to freedom. Then, but if you doing things freely for music every day, and then you cannot that is trouble with others, and then you don't have freedom to do that. So that means we should think about what is freedom, what we have freedom, what we have limitations. So therefore, we think about these ideas, these actions, and then we know easily what we have freedom, what we don't have freedom. Okay? So freedom is loose like water and ice. There's ice is you cannot put in the pipe. You cannot put in the cup easily because you have big piece of ice. You cannot drink that. You cannot put in the cup. You have to have a very small piece of the ice. The regular water, you can use freely. That looks like freedom. Okay. So people want to freedom, want to be happy, then you seek the what we say, search the wisdom or religious traditions. That's a very good idea. But sometimes if you enter through the religions and tradition. So then you getting more limitation. We know for many traditions, they are not allowed freely the eating and drinking, and maybe also clothing. So then you getting more limitations. You're getting more bondage, such as, oh, you don't eat this, you don't eat that, maybe you don't eat pork, you don't eat the meat, you don't eat the like vegetable, yeah, you don't eat evening like that. Many people knows that. And sometimes, if you follow this particular deity, and then you not go to other religion. If you go to other religion, and then you will be dangerous. So there's advices also in some religions. So therefore, have freedom in the religious traditions also. So we gave example. If free your mind and your emotions, your physical. So there's someone like king, ancient time, 100 soldiers and king put in the jail, other nation, opposition nation. So then all soldiers are released, but the king is still in the jail, right? So what is happening? So then there's big trouble because the head of officer still in the jail. So the other things, there's many soldiers and kings put in the jail. So, but the king's released. Other soldiers stayed in the jail. It is state problem, but not big trouble. So we have so many limitations and bondages, but we have some of them released, some of them stay there, boundary. Therefore, we should check what is freedom, what is bondage. Okay. So now I go on the religious idea. Tibetan name Trumta. Trumta is doctrine. Most of religions, part of the doctrine. So the doctrine, Trumta means somebody's ideas establishing their view, and then you cannot go further more than that. That's your final decision. That is Trumta, the doctrine of religious doctrine or theory. So that is part of meditation. we could say there is something boundary. But there is a lot of benefit for temporarily. You can practice for those. You control your mind, you control your speech, you control your body actions, negative actions, control. There's a lot of benefit. I say is that is I don't say that is negative. That is positive. That's a lot of support for your life, support for your the spiritual path. But ultimately, it is one of bondage and limitation. So, basically in Tibetan tradition, we have the doctrine, Mandayamika philosophy, and something Mahayana, something like many parts of philosophy. So they use the word four extremes. That is establishing with your doctrine. You generate the Sutra teaching. The establishing the doctrine by the what we say, remove from the four extremes, reject from four extremes. So if you learn about four extremes, that it is very big topic. Don't have time to talk right now. So you want to follow the Mahayana tradition or the Sutrayana traditions and Tandrayana tradition. So you need to learn so many things about how to reject the four extremes. If you don't know about this, and then there's stair, you don't have complete knowledge for the emptiness and ultimate nature and deeper meditation of insight and deeper topic of the six perfections. So need to be done about this idea. My point of view, the follow pure nature of mind teaching. So that use word the four extremes. We could use four extremes, the similar, the recognition of the definition. But how to deal with them, how to remove them, how to end with them. So that is different from the other teaching. So therefore, the spatial world, they say, pervading, blessed for all four extremes, free from four extremes, subclear of four extremes, liberating four extremes. So here not to use the reject four extremes. Here not to use remove the four extremes. So here use the pervading, blessed for all four extremes. Four extremes you think about existence, non-existence is permanent or non-permanence or whatever. So here, in this teaching, you should be free from the four extremes. You don't have any focusing on the dimension of the limitation, this and that. I and you, subject and object. If you have I and you, this and that, subject and object, then you have something limitation. You don't have freedom. If you want to freedom, if you want free, you don't be focusing on yes and no. If you yes, you have not, and you have limited of not. Instead, you have something extremes. You don't have freedom. Because in your mind and your emotions, for your doctrines, your ideas, your philosophy, everything, circumstance in yes, yes, and always you think yes. So then you should have a lot of establishing ideas, what we say, the decisions and promise, making a lot of effort by body and speech mind, by consciousness, cognitive minds, and so many things, other sorts. So then, yeah, therefore, pervading blessed for all four extremes, which means pure inner emptiness, pervading whole universe and subject to object. Blessed for, you be happy because you utilize happiness, joy for everything in there, spontaneous in there, manifestation in there. So therefore, You don't worry about there are something extremes. Somebody accept, somebody thinking, somebody's decision. You don't worry about that. Those decision, promise, whatever, they not harm you. Your inner emptiness is wider than the space, sky, lighter than the 1,000 sun's light. So free from four extremes. That is a similar meaning. Free from subject, free from object. Because subject and object made temporarily. Subject and object made by your mind, emotions, thoughts. Many diseases made yourself, your mind. So, for example, the or limitations made by something actions, physical actions, mind actions, energy actions. We have coronavirus. We know this is made by somebody's actions, mind action, physical action. So then they give to us a lot of limitations, reduce freedom, suffer all of the world, because that is connection to with our emotions, physical. Same as some doctrines, they don't want this four extremes. So they don't so those things. As part of decision, part of your mind, part of your consciousness. So therefore, we could free from that ideas for extremes. Yes or not, we could free. If you stay free in your mind, like the pandemic, oh, this is very bad, or yes or not, you be free and then you get happiness. You be happy. Yeah. So, and sub-clear of four extremes. That's sub-clear. Four extremes, clear by your body, clear by your something, subject and object using. And then you cannot do that. You cannot clear. Maybe you should make a lot of effort for clear for that, or remove that then. But sub-clear is very easy. Sub-clear, such as the morning sunshine. And then light is is clear. The darkness is clear automatically. More than that, sub-clear. Just your inner most essence of nature, the most important. So you be aware, your awareness is on, like light, switch on. So then subclear or negative energies, including the four extremes. Okay. So other word, so liberating the four extremes. Not say reject four extremes. That is some teaching say reject four extremes, but here not say that liberating the four extremes, which means that is effortlessly, liberating effortlessly, liberating without effort. Okay. So how to do that? So maybe you will take time to understand it, about it. Maybe somebody is easy to understand. I don't know. It is up to you. So how to liberating? So you you should recognize the reality of yourself. Even sometimes I can say your great self, your great inner light, which you recognize, and then you understand eventually how to liberate all negative energies, including four M's. So I give example. The bird is flying in the sky. We don't see the trust, the follow the bird. Same as aeroplane, right? Maybe sometimes aeroplane, they have smoke, the follow the fly, but that is maybe particular aeroplane, maybe. Normal aeroplane don't have task for fly. So you have physical actions, you have speech action, you have mind action, you have energy actions, whatever. But I said, pervading in the emptiness, right? So there is no task follow. So therefore, the many religions, they use karma cause, energy of karma. They are afraid of negative karma. But if you have connection, the inner emptiness within you, you don't be afraid of negative karma. Because your actions are like bird flying in the sky. Okay. So other all thoughts and emotions, doctrines, philosophies. Yeah. So those are something establishing, making new things, add more and more. Like scientists, they add more and more every year. Yeah. We know recently the telescope launch in the airspace. So then searching the source of universe, they use more than 2 decades study and effort. So they have desire to get answer the universe origin, right? Origin of universe. Or the first light of universe. Yeah. So maybe they make something, try to make something, change idea, get new idea. But I don't think so. They find out the very special things. Okay. Because the next person in the future, they could change their idea. So they add more and more. There's no final decision by consciousness and thought and mind. But here, the ultimate nature, not rely on for mind and thought, all of them. Don't need to rely on them. Because this system, mind system is always creating, making, changing. It's not a nature. It's not a reality. The essence of reality is nature of reality. That is also the final freedom. If your mind and emotions, your actions, everything going to nature, going to be nature, and then you will be freedom. So this is per se ideas of the meditation, deeper meditation, the most deepest meditation. For example, your water, cup of the water, you're shaking and then something polluted. If you live on the eventually clear. Same as. Doesn't matter your cloth, your eating, your action, your hair stuff, whatever, style, whatever, your be nature. I like this some religions, they have to, they be nature and then not cut your hair. They be nature and then you're getting clothes, any colors, any shape, size, something, right? That is be nature. Okay. Very important. If you change your body, if you change your speech, if you change your mind, and you change so many things, and then you going further and further to the ultimate nature. So you think yourself, what's freedom? If you don't have freedom eating, if you don't have freedom clothing, if you don't have freedom thinking, ideas, actions, and then are you happy or not? Yeah. So I don't think so. So you be free, be natural, be relaxed, and be happy. So that is the path of your ultimate nature, essence of inner wisdom. It's closer to the enlightenment. It's closer to the egoless state. It is closer to liberation. Okay. Thank you everyone for today's talk this much. And we have the short dedication prayers. I have teaching every Saturday. Have you like John with us, and you go to the website quintessential.org. So then we can learn together, and you can see many programs. Thank you. All pure virtues that I have done through the three doors, I dedicate for all essential beings of the three realms. After having purified all karmic obscurations of the three times, may we suavely accept the dead Buddhahood of the three bodies. Again, Tibetan with chanting. Maybe you like that. Yeah. Gozam Dai Bi Gewa Jiba Kanzam Zen Nanje To Song Sai Bi Le De Chan Ko Song Do Be San Ye Do